Sure, absolutely. And even as you said, to impress clients, I know in the past AVX had gotten some tremendous sponsorship levels, and it was a great opportunity for you to bring folks out in the past
Yes.
and to wine and dine, as you say, your clients, as well as to, as you said, to really respect and honor the mission of the American Heart Association. Let's talk a little about that.
Okay.
What kind of impact does heart disease have on the community, or stroke?
I'll say, unfortunately, a devastating impact. Just to go through a couple of figures with you, every 35 seconds, someone in the United States dies from heart disease or stroke, or from a cardiovascular event. In South Carolina and Horry and Georgetown County, where we're representing, we have probably 40% of our deaths that have some association
Is
with
that right? 40%.
40%. We lose 1 million people a year in the United States. The mission of the Heart Association is try to reduce those deaths and reduce the disabilities that are associated with it through education and research, and we do our part here in our division in Horry and Georgetown counties. But that's true throughout the United States. That's our mission. And research, for instance, in South Carolina this last year, we've spent over $2 million on grants. And it goes to such places like MUSC and USC and Clemson, where scientists are finding out the things that they need to know so they can combat this very terrible disease.
Absolutely. And of course CPR and AEDs had been found out about because of the, thanks to research.
Yes.
Much of which done possibly even in the Palmetto State or in the Carolinas in general. And a lot of tremendous research institutions. I believe about $40 million is raised in the 4 states in the District of Columbia, or $40 million is reinvested back into research in those 4 states and in the District of Columbia. And of course, even if that much isn't raised, this is a tremendous location for research dollars being invested back into the community.
Yes, it is, and it's critical to solving our issues with this disease, and we're making progress, and that's the other thing to report. There's a lot of great things happening in this frontier every year.
Well, you mentioned that mission, which it sounds simple, but it definitely isn't, to reduce death and to reduce the disabilities associated with cardiovascular disease, to reduce death as caused by cardiovascular disease, or to reduce the disabilities. And that's really an issue when you think of strokes. And I think you talked about the prevalence of strokes, but it being the #1 debilitator, if that's a word, the #1 disabling impact on Americans, strokes themselves, and to think how many deaths occur. I think it's 1 in every 3 minutes someone dies due to a stroke, which is a tremendous thing. And so when you think of the #1 and #3 killer, you've really got to raise dollars. $400 million may have been raised, but that much, a heck of a lot of that's being reinvested into research every
Absolutely.
year.
It's the single biggest slice of where the money that are raised going, and we have a lot of good community services and education things that go on, but by far the lion's share of the money that we raise goes to research to try to find ways to combat the diseases.
So there's still some sponsorship opportunities that Renee talked about, and there's still some great benefits for those sponsors. If they come in, I think I saw either $3,750 or the $5,500 and above would get the benefit of the TV spots as well as the print ads and the radio spots. I think both of those are in the process of being cut right now. So it's a prime time to call, and you said the phone number's simple.
Yes. Again, it's 626-3939.
Okay, 843-626-3939. And the great thing is a lot of folks come in for the Heart Ball from all over the PD and southeastern North Carolina. They'll come in and make it a weekend, and it being a couple of days after Valentine, it's a prime opportunity. February 17th, folks can come in, attend the Heart Ball, and stay there at Kingston Plantation. I'm sure there's some great specials, probably some great weekend specials anyway.
wonderful time if people would like to do it. It's
Absolutely.
great.
And to bring some friends and family in, get a corporate table in that instance. And for folks, if after the sponsorships, I think the tickets go on sale the end of this week. Or
Yeah, we're in the process now of finalizing that. We'll get some information out to the general public within the next couple days, and we will have some tickets. We hope a minimum amount from our sponsorships, but there will be some tickets left, and we will make them available then to the general public. And there'll be information out on that from our office.
Great, good. Let's go over that when we think about the event again, and we talked about some of the tremendous silent auction items. Let's go into those a little bit, but also the live auction items. I think you talked about the jet ski and the trailer. Maybe you just talked about it before we started to film it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, well, this year, and again, I'm not sure, and we may not have decided exactly what we're going to do in the live auction versus the silent auction yet.
Sure.
But this year we do know some of our big items. We're going to have a jet skiing trailer.
Yes.
Which will be wonderful for someone to be able to take home.
Redline Power Sports.
Redline is doing that, and we're having a golf cart.
Another golf cart, thanks to Ocean Lakes and the folks at Club Car.
Right.
That's a tremendous donation.
I believe some unique things, like I think we're having at least one person who will be able to participate in a Nassau driving school.
So
we'll be giving something like that away.
NASCAR is stepping up to the plate there. That's wonderful.
So we have a lot of great items such as that we'll have. It's always interesting to see a room full of items that people are interested in and people can bid on.
Sure.
Make a tax deductible contribution to the American Heart Association and take a really nice present home with them.
Oh yeah, and you think about some of those items in the past. Of course, not necessarily focus on items right now for this year, but think about some of the items in the past that really stick out in your mind, right? Can you think of any item?
A couple. Last year we had a, and I won't get the exact year right probably, but we had a
76.
Was it a 76? I was going to say a 71, but okay, a 76 refurbished Cadillac. It was gorgeous.
An Eldorado convertible.
Right.
That's right.
And
Leo and Peggy Van Veen from
beautiful
Resources
red.
Inc. Yeah.
It was gorgeous. And
it was.
It
and
was.
Ed Prince stole that.
And that was he did too. He got a great deal on it, and that was a live auction item, and it was great.
That's right. That was a very popular live auction item. I remember 3 or 4 years ago a Segway, which Redline had also donated. I remember the chairman, Liz Gillen, ride around on the Segway there. And actually one guy, a guest of the Herald, bought it that year and then donated it back. Bob Brooks bought that year and then donated it back so we could sell it off a second time that night, which is a tremendous fundraiser.
Right. We've had, I think, English racing bikes in the past. I mean, you name it. Of course, we were in Myrtle Beach, so we have an awful lot of golf privileges and golf clubs and things such as that. But we do have a lot of good items, and everybody remembers us for a very good cause.
Sure.
So our auction does a good job of raising some money for this very good cause.
That's exactly right. And golf packages are one of the vehicles that a lot of folks want to come out, and particularly, as you said, because a lot of these things you cannot buy in the open market.
That's right.
You can only get them in a setting like this. I think Renee spoke about lunch with Congressman Brown in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, that was an item last year, and it's going to be a repeat item this year. It was very popular. We're going to do it again.
Absolutely. And the dinners where you've got personal chefs like Tom Mullally, who are opening that up. Thoroughbreds have been donating those in the past. I know Divine Dining donating those. And, of course, so many tremendous events year after year that folks can support in the community. And the Heart Bowl is
We hope so.
Absolutely.
We plan on it.
And of course, I think you said you've attended the gala 7 or 8 years. Is there anything that really sticks out in your mind over the past years? Of course, as you said, those 6 hours that just blow by.
Yeah, I think it's always been a lot of fun. I personally thought last year, for me, was the best, and my hope is that this year will be even better.
And some of those sponsorship packages, folks could buy at all different levels.
Yes, they can.
When they think about
anywhere from, as I said, bronze sponsor, which I think comes with a couple tickets,
Right.
all the way up to a group that could get a couple tables of tickets with a
Sure.
sponsorship if they're interested in doing it.
We've just got a couple of minutes, and of course that phone number 626-3939. The tickets will go on sale soon.
Yes.
They can call the Heart Association office to find out. But as you said, those sponsorship levels, the bronze with 4 tickets, or the corporate table with 10, the silver, I believe, with
Is
12, the
right.
gold with 16,
Yes.
and even the emerald, of which we've got one of those now.
Yeah, and there's
There's,
20 tickets that
20
go along
tickets,
with
the
that.
presenting sponsorship with the 50 tickets. And of course, Understanding Corporation, the company that's committed the $22,500 for that presenting sponsorship, is open to another group coming in as presenting sponsor for that event. So,
We'd love to have one of your listeners call that number
yeah,
and tell them they'd like to be a presenting sponsor. We will make room for them.
that's right. We would make room for them for their 5 tables, and that's a big event. And as you
Yeah.
say, it's a tremendous opportunity to wine and dine your clients.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Ray.
Or your significant other, because it is a beautiful event.
It is, and right after Valentine's, we just got a minute. As I was thinking about, when you think about yourself, Ray, and the experiences, is there anything that sticks out in your mind? Anyone that's been impacted by heart disease or stroke, that really got you to get involved with the American Heart Association?
I think primarily on a personal level, my father had a heart attack when he was 55 years old. And I've already gone well beyond that age, so that's significant. It caused him to change his lifestyle, and thanks to some of the advances that we've talked about in medications and procedures and things such as that, he's still alive today at 95. So, 50 years ago he had a heart attack and he's still alive. But I think that's probably made it something that was important to me. And then when I got involved on the board and saw the good work that was done, it's something I'm very happy to be part of and to volunteer my time to try to make successful.
Thank you for your service, Ray, and thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina Feed with Ray Spitz coming up next. The event's the 13th Annual American Heart Ball. The place is Kingston Plantation. The date's a month from today. Phone number simple, 626-3939. The goal's almost $500,000. Almost $500,000. To achieve a goal like that, you got to remember 3 critical things. Every 35 seconds, someone dies of heart disease. Every minute, someone's impacted by a stroke, and every 3 minutes, a life is taken by a stroke. To raise $500,000 in an event, you've got to think of critical things, and research dollars can help decrease those numbers dramatically. Research has to continue, though. Be a part of the Heart Ball. Be a part of fighting heart disease and stroke. Call that number. Be a sponsor. Donate an auction item, or just make a donation. 626-3939.